Hello guys, so welcome to this live webinar organized by Awogor Matthew. So you are just joining us, thank you for joining us. And I want you to introduce yourself in the comment section. Tell me your name, where you are joining us from, your state, and I'll be very happy to welcome you for this webinar. Without wasting our time, I will just go straight to. I'll switch this screen in a short while. If you are having difficulty with your internet, I've pasted the link on the WhatsApp group. If you are in the WhatsApp group, you can always click there to rejoin. And also the last email invite I sent, it contains the link to join this webinar. So if you get disconnected along the line because of your internet connection, you can always click there to join back. So So I'm going back to switch my screen to share my screen with you. So I will play the slide with us, so we can follow along on the webinar, right? So if you have any question, I want you to prepare them down, right? And you ask them during If you have any question, I want you to prepare them down. We are starting now in a few minutes. We are starting now. So if you are in already, welcome. Thank you for joining. If you are in already, thank you for joining us. I can see Victor, Chegun, Adiola. So thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate you. So welcome to this live webinar organized by me, Awogor Matthew at Centrix Digital Solutions. All right, so without wasting too much of your time, here we are going to talk about how to start a successful and profitable on a blog. How to start a successful and profitable blog in 2020 that pays your bills. Everybody wants to start an online business, and I believe the reason why you signed up for this webinar is because you want to start your own online business, want to be focused on the blogging, and that's why you joined this webinar. So here we are going to talk in deep terms how to start a profitable and a successful blog. So, and I hope you enjoy, and as you follow along, I want you to prepare all your questions, and at the end, before the end of this webinar, I'll attend to each and every question. And if you have any question, I want you to switch back to the chat room and leave your comment on the chat room, and I will be more than happy to check those questions and answer them one after the other as they come in. So don't forget to ask your questions there. All right. So without wasting of our time, let's go down to business. So for those of you that don't know me and you sign up, maybe you don't have any, you are not my acquaintances, or maybe you've not interacted with me, you don't know my full name. My name is Awogor Matthew, and I'm a creator and a blogger and a web designer. Also, I forgot to include in it, and I'm a digital marketing strategist. All right, so you can connect with me on Twitter at _Awogor, and you can also connect with me on Facebook, awogor.matthew, and you can also follow our creator channel at please, if you are joining, Victor, please kindly off your screen, switch off your video. Your video, mute your video. All right. Okay, don't worry, I'll stop it from here. All right. So you can also follow our blog on our. Can also join our Profitable Ideas Club. Follow us on Profitable Ideas Club, the ideas.club. All right. So there we can also connect and rub minds together. So this webinar is organized by Profitable Ideas Club, and where we share the money ideas on the Profitable Ideas Club. We organize such seminars on a regular basis that will help you make a living online and seamlessly. All right. So Olumaiti, I'm switching off your video as well. I'm turning it off. Sorry. All right. So This webinar you are just joining is hosted by Profitable Ideas Club, where the money ideas are being shared on a regular basis. And I believe as a subscriber, you always benefit from this webinar, from these ideas that we always share. Profitable Ideas Club was launched to help you discover multiple growth hacking ideas to earn a living online, right? So we are on a mission to actually, research and develop, growth hacking tips, ideas, techniques, and strategies that will help you to grow and earn a living online, especially in this era of COVID-19 that everybody is switching to online. We tend to help you provide these ideas that will help you to survive online without you actually doing the research process alone. So it's a good thing you joined this webinar, and as we progress, I believe you are going to learn and benefit a lot from this webinar. So if you're asking why you join, the requirement for joining this webinar, the blogging for profit live workshop, it doesn't require so much from you. You don't even need to be an expert, be a member of this webinar, all right? So it requires no knowledge. There's no knowledge that is required to be a member of this webinar, to attend this webinar. And if you're attending and you feel like, well, you don't have any idea of what blogging is all about, I encourage you not to be worried, all right? So because you're going to get a lot of stuff that will set you on a mission, on a journey of becoming a pro in the blogging industry, all right? So this webinar, we are going to start with the basics before diving into more advanced tips and strategies for blogging, right? So, and the main requirement is your willingness, your commitment, and your commitment to the process and to put in the work. And this webinar will outline the steps, but it's up to you to take the actions and do what it takes to make your blog a success, all right? So we are going to push further to what we are going to learn in this webinar. And as you already saw on the sign up, the page you already start to join this webinar, we are going to talk about introduction to blogging. We're going to talk about step-by-step niche selection process, choosing the right domain and hosting for your business blog, discovering how to create a successful and profitable authority blog from scratch, and how to make marketing copies and general business writing, all right? And how to professionally get your content in front of your rightful audience, all right, for conversion, all right? Yeah, so, and we're also going to talk about content creation ideas to keep your audience engaged, right? So these are stuff that we are going to cover in this live webinar. And I believe if you have any question, please, you can ask them on the comment section in the chat room. Just switch on the chat room and drop your questions there. After it will get to a point where I will switch back to answer all the questions. Whatever it is that you want to ask, go ahead and ask. And if I could not attend to any of your questions before the end of this webinar, I want you to also connect with me on Instagram, on Twitter and Facebook. And you also have my email, my personal email, Awogor Matthew at gmail.com, or shoot email to Profitable Ideas team at info at profitableideas.club, all right? And we'll be more than happy to attend to you the right way, all right? So let's go down to business, guys. What is blogging? What is blogging? What is blogging, right? So I put it down here like a blog is an online platform on the World Wide Web, all right? Often used for publication of informational or educative content, right? So, and another thing is a blog is a platform where a writer or even a group of writers share their views on an individual subject, all right? Like when we see a platform like Vanguard News, since we are Nigerians, I think I should use Nigerian blogging platforms or national newspapers as an example. You use Vanguard News, you go there, you see different authors, different writers, different journalists creating different content in almost every second or almost every minute. They're creating different content on different topics, all right? And they publish it. Okay, these are the group of writers that come together to share their individual, their stories, all right? They go research about particular content, particular topics, politics, entertainment, gossip, and all that. They come back and share on the platform while the readers go there to consume the news. All right. So this is what a blog is all about. So if you're asking what a blog is, so and also there are different ways you can blog. Some ways some people blog on Instagram, some people blog on YouTube, some people blog on a podcast platform. So you can blog on absolutely different ways. And apart from the blogging we are going to talk about today, I have put together some blogging platforms that some ways that you can blog, and this include podcasting, which is the audio form of blogging, which if you go to podcast.apple.com, you see a lot of podcasts there that people are telling different stories, and all this is a clean, a very beautiful way to blog, to share your ideas, to pitch your stories, your expertise to the world, for them to actually see what you are doing, what you are good at. All right. So, and another way to blogging is a picture. People blog. This is the pictorial form of blogging, by sharing educative or maybe good content images on Instagram, and you see at the end of the day, these images go viral and they start trending on Twitter. People start using them as stickers on WhatsApp and start posting them on WhatsApp stories and all that, and people are getting the value of creating those imagery content. All right, so you can also be a picture blogger. All right, so and another way to blog is video, which is very popular. Another popular form of blogging, which is YouTube. People go to YouTube, post their videos, and people engage with them. They watch the videos and leave comments, and they get the message. All that. These are great platforms. Great ways to blog. All right. But for the purpose of this course, we are only focusing on the normal blogging, which you have to get the domain and hosting. Then you start writing articles on a particular topic and publish on your blog. All right. So I'm so sorry if I'm too fast. I just don't want to consume a lot of your time. And in the next 30 to 40 minutes, I want us to round off this webinar so we can attend to as many questions as possible. So, and don't worry if I'm too fast. I will give a time for you to ask questions. Then I will attend to them. All right. So, I put it here that blogging isn't just about writing of content and publishing on your blog.com weblog, but also can be in other forms such as audio, which is podcast, video blog, and which is YouTube, and even picture blogging, which can be on Instagram. All right. So if you're asking why should you blog, many people don't even ask why they should blog. They just hear blogging, like somebody is making money on AdSense. I just dive into blogging. I think that is totally wrong. You need to ask yourself, why should I even blog? Why should I? What should I do about blogging? Why? Ask yourself, why are you doing everything you are doing about life? You ought to ask yourself, why should you do this? Why should I do this? Why? You just need to ask yourself. So why should you blog? So for different reasons, people have different reasons and different mentality why they go into blogging. As I always share with my friends or with people I come in contact with that I want to share why I started blogging. For me, I started blogging as a passion. Yeah. So I started blogging when I was searching for information online on how to become a web designer, because I was so passionate even in my primary school about technology. I always want to get things done in a technical way. All right. And I always want to be a web developer, a web programmer, and I want to do something about the web that has to do with pressing and typing with the computer. All right. So that motivated me when I was searching on how to become a web designer. I got to a site. It was a kind of simplesite.com, and I signed up for an account unknowingly of what I was doing. All right. So, and I created a website with that simple site. It didn't really mean anything. It didn't make any sense to me, but I just knew I created a site like that on Simple Site. All right. And it was, I think, Awogor Matthew.simplesite.com, something like that. And I started putting some religious content. I would share it on Facebook and force my friends to click and read my story. And gradually I got first 1,000 views on that blog. I said, wow, I was doing well, right? So and that was how I was able to scale through, and I started blogging. I started entertainment. I bought a domain, Matthew Entertainment, like martin.com.ng. I started blogging on it, and I didn't even know what I was doing, but I still had the passion. I was still spending my money to learn more, buy different things, to actually do different things that has to do with blogging. All right, so I even stopped there, got a domain on relationship. In fact, I bought different domains, but I don't want you to do the same mistake. That's why I'm hosting this webinar. I don't want you to start buying this domain, buy different domains, and without actually achieving your purpose. So that's why I'm doing this. So since I didn't know what I wanted, that was why I guess I did what I did, buying from one, turning from one domain to another. So I started blogging as a passion, but along the line, trust me, I switched it to a business, and it's profitable for me right now because it has exposed me to a lot of things, to a lot of people. I've been connected to a lot of people that my qualification, I mean, my certificate do not even qualify to be with them. All right. So I'm today connected with them because of blogging, and because I turned it into a business, and I turned it into a profession to, call myself a blogger. All right. So why should you blog? You should ask yourself, and I've listed the top 5 reasons why people blog. And the first one is people want to build a new business. People are ready to build businesses based on blogging, and actually you can make a business out of blogging. All right, you can make a business out of blogging, and people do this, and it favors them, and they are profitable about it. I'm sorry, guys. Let me check if oh shit! Someone need the password. Sorry guys. Sorry, I'll be right back. So I'm sorry, I'm back. Welcome back. So another thing is people want to grow an existing businesses, right? If you are blogging on a particular topic, if you are into an offline business and it's time for you to take your business online. When you attach a blog to it, it helps to convert even more because you blog about maybe fashion. You own a fashion boutique. You want to blog about recommend top quality designers, fashion, maybe jeans, hoodies, polo, jeans, trousers, and all that, maybe wristwatches that you sell in your store to people, and they will be happy to read those lists, and at the end they want to buy. Where can I get this nice jeans jacket you just listed on your blog, and you direct them to your shop, either your online shop or your offline shop. So blogging also helps to grow an existing business, right? So some people want to use it to showcase their expertise, their writing skills, their artistic skills. Some people are good in taking pictures, so they want to use those pictures they take, design them, and turn it to a story and post it on their blogs or their Instagram pages, and it made a lot of impact. So these are some of the reasons. Another reason is for relationships. As I said, like, blogging has brought me to a point where I'm not a billionaire, I'm not a millionaire yet, but with the level of exposure I've gotten from these people I've built relationships with them, it made a whole lot of sense to me, and I'm so super excited. I'm happy I was able to build these relationships with these people. All right, so blogging will help you to build a lot of relationships. And lastly, some people want to go into blogging because they want to gain exposure. Trust me, I didn't know a lot of things until I started blogging. In fact, as a matter of fact, I didn't know I could have even designed a PowerPoint slide like this. That is this. If you look at this is top-notch design. The PowerPoint slide you are watching is a top-notch design. All right. If I design this on Fiverr, I'll be making at least $100 to $120 just to deliver this kind of slide design. All right. So I didn't know I could do stuff like this, but because of blogging, I was exposed to a lot of things that today are profitable a lot of them are profitable. So blogging will expose you to exposure. For example, you want to do a particular thing online and you don't know how to do it. You start making research as a blogger, and it gives you more control of what to search and when to get it. All right. And so blogging also, some people go into blogging because they want to gain that exposure. So the next thing we want to talk about is the step-by-step niche selection process. All right. So any blog you see online that is making differences, all right, they are focused on a particular topic. They are focused, and they blog on a particular interest. They don't just blog on any kind of topic. They blog on a particular interest and a particular field. So you need to narrow down your experience and blogging, but put it into blogging, into a profession in a particular industry, a particular niche that is profitable, that is very different from other niches, so that you don't jam-pack yourself with everything and you start making mistakes. Then tomorrow you start crying, oh, I have been blogging for 2 years, I've never earned a dime online. All right, so this has what we are going to talk about here. So what is blogging niche anyways? For those that are asking what is blogging niche and what the niche is all about. So a blog niche is the focused area or topic you want to be writing about on your blog. Just like I said, for example, I want to be writing on fashion stuff. I own a boutique shop. I want to be writing on fashion stuff, fashion stories, and probably I want to attach something like lifestyle for travel and all that. All right. So blogging niche is a focus area or topic you want to be writing about on your blog. So why do I need a single niche? I have seen guys that will come to my DM like, can I attach news, entertainment, technology, this, that? Yeah, cool. Absolutely. There is no offense in blogging in a viral niche, all right? But hey, guy, you need to be relevant. You need to be an expert in writing, all right? So if you have a whole lot of publishers and who want to be writing on your platform and on different topics, it's okay for you to go on a viral niche. But if you are alone and you can't afford to pay someone to write for you, if you are alone, then why should you go into a viral niche? A single niche will be okay for you to focus on it, so it will help you to narrow down your expertise and your research, so you can come up with great content for your followers, your readers or your consumers, all right? So if you want to choose any niche, for you to consider any niche, you have to think, first of all, how long can you be writing on that niche? It's not something you just write your first blog post today and you stop, all right? It's something you write today, you write tomorrow, you write next tomorrow, it's continue to write. It's a continuous process. So how long can you continue to write on that niche? Before choosing that niche, you need to ask yourself, how long? When can I write up to? Will I be able to make good quality 10 articles out of this niche every month? Will I be able to write 20 articles out of this niche every 2, 3, 5, 6 months and all that? So you have to ask yourself. And also another thing is, does the niche has followers? How profitable, like how many people can follow that niche? How many people are interested to read content about that? How many people are like, you can't tell me, for example, I want to be writing about computers, all right? If I narrow my niche, I want to focus on the people of Nigeria. I want to write for Nigerian audience, all right? Nigerians use Windows operating system. Windows laptops. They are like personal computers. Like for me personally, I use HP. These are personal computers, all right? These are the Windows PCs, all right? So Nigerians use these Windows PCs more than Apple products, right? So if I choose to write about Apple product, I might likely not have a lot of followers who are into who have MacBook laptops, all right? If I want to be writing on repairs and technical issues about MacBook, I might not have a lot of followers on this niche in Nigeria. But if I choose to, I'm only using it for instance, guys, I'm using it for instance. But if I choose to write on Windows, absolutely out of every 100 people, at least 80 people have Windows operating system. All right, they are using Windows system. Right, so you have to consider this before choosing that niche. So the frequency of posting requirements. Some niches require you to be updating your blog every second. Every minute or every hour, and so on. So how frequent can you be posting? If you are working and you want to do blogging as a part-time job or a side hustle, then you definitely cannot be posting frequently as news happen. Then you cannot go into news and entertainment, because those news and entertainment require you to update any gossip that is trending currently out. You want to be the first to update it on your blog so that people will first of all see it on your blog and maybe copy from you. Then you now start trending. Your blog will start trending. So if you can't be available to post frequently, you can't go into news and entertainment blogging. Then you have to narrow down your niche to a micro niche, a smaller niche that you can write at least maybe once or twice in a month, or in a week, or maybe 5 times in a month. All right, so in order to select a profitable and a perfect niche, these are 3 things that you have to consider. So if you want to choose that perfect niche, you have to consider your passion. What gives you joy? What do you do freely? I told you during when I wanted to start this, I was so passionate about going into technology. I wanted to actually learn a lot, and from there it drove me into blogging, and I started stuff like tutorial teaching people how to do this, how to do that, and from before then I now dive into other niche, and that was my passion. All right, so what is your passion? This could help you to select a perfect niche. All right, and what is your knowledge? So as I always say, like if you have a knowledge of a particular thing, like you are a trained medical doctor, you cannot come and start blogging. You cannot start blogging on news and entertainment. It won't make any sense to you. You can narrow down your blogging niche into a kind of medical field, something that has to do with health, and even though you are going into medical field or health niche, you can still narrow it down to a particular, because the health system is very, very vast. So you cannot cover the whole body system. You cannot cover both human and animals. You cannot cover both organic and inorganic organisms and all that. You have to still narrow it down to a particular niche. All right. Another thing to consider before choosing that niche is the profitability. The money must be made. Owo must be made. Ego obodo yibo. So you have to make sure that the niche is profitable. Make research how you can monetize that niche, what you can do to make money with that niche, and all that before choosing it. Don't just choose because people are doing it. Like I've seen a lot of guys. I would tell Matthew, I'm not getting traffic on my blog. Matthew, I'm getting traffic, but my AdSense are not converting. Okay, guy, what is your domain? You see something loaded. You see this person loaded. You see this US loaded, Niger loaded, Premium loaded, this loaded. Because why Niger loaded is there? They are copying Niger loaded. All right. So all of them are into loaded, and they have loaded themselves there. All right. So it has to be profitable. Think how to monetize it before choosing that niche. All right. So choose a niche that is profitable, monetizable, and durable. All right. So if it is not monetizable, then it's not profitable. And if it's not profitable, even though it's durable, it doesn't make any sense. So choose a niche that you can monetize, and already research your monetization techniques, your monetization strategies, and how you want to make profit from it, and think how you can control that niche for a long period of time and still be relevant. All right. So some of the example of the niches we've always been seeing is news, entertainment, sport, which always go with politics as well. We have technology, how-tos. This is how to do this, how to do that, technology stuff, and gaming niche, business, personal or career development. So if you are into a business, or you want to a business expert, a business consultant, and you want to help people to develop themselves, their career, their personal life, their businesses, and all that, then you can go into this niche. It's also profitable. It's very, very much monetizable, right? Lifestyle, fashion, and beauty. All of them are very good, but it all depends on those the three niche selection process I mentioned. All right, so let's go down to the next point on choosing the right domain. Okay, so sorry guys, I had a pop-up. So let's go down to choosing the right domain and hosting for your business blog. All right, so hosting and domain are two most important things in the blogging business. All right, so if you want to blog, you have to consider these two things very well, and I have to be very brief about this, but trust me, they are very important. They are what will determine the growth and success of your blog. All right. So I put it down here that a wrong domain can kill your reputation or trust, while the right one won't. All right, I will talk more about that later. So a wrong hosting also can kill your reputation and trust, while the right one won't. All right. So these are some stuffs that we see sometimes when we're browsing on some blogs or some website. You see error 508 resource limit is reached, and that is because the resources allocated to your web hosting account when you purchase it is actually, you have actually exhausted it per time or per period. So then you will need to upgrade your server or your resources. All right. So, but if you choose the right one, some you know, they say information is power. Some hosting are very cheap, absolutely very cheap, while some are very expensive, but still their offerings are below standard. All right, but some that might even be cheaper might even offer you enough standard, and some that are even cheaper might be rubbish, and they might entice you with the pricing, using that pricing model. Excuse me. All right, sorry guys. So they might have enticed you with their pricing model with 200 naira time per month and all that. But trust me, when you go inside, the resources that allocate to you are nothing to write home about. So you have to choose the right hosting that will offer you the resources you need to run your online business blog. All right. So yeah, as I put this screenshot or this image shows you how the hosting stuff all work. You know, if you buy a hosting plan from the company, most especially the one that is popular is the shared hosting. All right, the shared hosting is like you have a hosting server. A hosting server, for instance, your if you have a shop in a shopping mall, they have, like, let's say they have 10 shops. They have 10 shops. So that shopping mall is a hosting server. Let's take it as a hosting server. All right. So okay, these are 5 circles. We have 5 circles here. Let's say in that mall we have 10 shops inside that mall. All right. So each of this circle represent, let's assume it represents a shop. So if I come down to buy to that mall, like I'm coming to that server, that mall was shared per the rooms were shared per square meter, right? They are shared per square meter, maybe 10 square meter, 12 square meter, this square meter, that square meter. So they share all those ones to a particular shop, right? So likewise, if you come to hosting, this server is used to serve a lot of people, right? So it might be a 1 gig or a 1 terabyte disk space server, or a 1 terabyte hard disk drive server, just like your computer hard disk drive. All right. So if they share it to 20 people and they want to say, okay, each person should take 1 gig from that hosting, that server, that is a resource that are allocated to you, 1 gig. So if you exhaust that 1 gig, there is when you start seeing 508 error and the resource limit reached. The website is temporarily unable to service your request. and as it exceeded the resource limit. All right. So, and another error you might likely see is this site can't be reached, such as I just visited the Microsoft site on maybe some, although this one can be caused by internet connection, but trust me, the server also contributes a lot to this kind of errors, and a lot of so many other errors, slow loading and all that. It will even help you in ranking your site and all that. So things happens like this. All right. So, and that's why I need to choose the right hosting. So why do I really need a hosting? So some people, when they say they want to start a blog, and you now tell them, okay, your like for us, that are into web design, and I will tell you, you need a hosting, you need a domain to start a blog. So they were like, but why do I need a hosting? I can't I just buy the domain and start blogging? They'll be like, I would, then when you start explaining to them, there will be laws. All right. So blogging, actually, you need a hosting plan which will help you to host your content. So think about the hosting like a retail grocery shop, where you host, where you put all your goods in a shop, and customers come there to buy your goods. All right. So yeah, this is our grocery shop. All right. We own this grocery shop, and there's a customer will walk in and pick and meet a cashier to check out and do a checkout. So, but in a way, the similarity here is that here is a web server. All right, and here is the internet, and here is the person coming to read a story on your blog, and this is where your blog is hosted. And this internet, your blog is hosted here. Sorry, this is where your blog is hosted, and this server now is your shop, and this is your grocery shop customer, and it comes to the internet, to go to the World Wide Web, and it search for your blog, or you want to read any request for any information on your blog. This internet will now send the request to this server, asking this server to return that information that this person is asking for. That is when the checkout is on the website, on the offline grocery shop. All right. So you now send back the information to the internet, from the server to the internet, and the internet will now display it on the screen of the customer or the reader. All right. So that is how the hosting stuff all works. All right. So you really need the hosting to host your content. All right. So let's proceed further to sorry, let me erase these drawings. All right, so it's not done yet. So so that is these are popular blogging. So before we talk about this, why you need hosting is because some platforms do not actually allow you to blog without an hosting plan, right? So you need an hosting plan to host them, such as when you are blogging on WordPress and other, you want to host a custom website such as maybe JavaScript, PHP, or Bootstrap, or maybe you want to even do Joomla, excuse me, and all others. But for Blogger, it's all automatically free. All right. So I talk about the blogging platforms in the next slide. So these are the popular blogging platforms. We have the blogspot.com, we have the WordPress, and we have Joomla.com. These are some of the popular blogging platforms that you can blog. All right. So, but I don't advise people to go into blogging using the Blogspot. It's not professional at all. All right. It's ideal for you to have authority and control over your site. That is why I recommend WordPress. And WordPress has powered about 35% of world website according to W3 Tech survey in 2018, and I believe by now it should have increased to at least maybe 45% or 60% thereabout of the number of websites that it powers. All right. So, and also WordPress is divided into two. We have the WordPress.com and WordPress.org, WordPress.org. All right. So the WordPress.com is a managed platform where WordPress manages and share their sell their service, sell their hosting plans, like a kind of a software as a service, and they sell their hosting plan to you as a consumer, or like the blogger, and you host your blog with them, but it doesn't give you control of your website. You can't do everything on your own. So I've seen a lot of people flouncing their blogs with their name WordPress.com. It doesn't sound professional, and at the end of the day, you might even spend money more than hosting on a WordPress.org. So WordPress.org is the self-managed WordPress. It's a self-managed hosted platform, and it helps you to gain absolute control over your data, over your website. You control everything. You don't have any limitation of what to do and what not to do. So it's actually the cheapest and the most profitable platform to blog on. All right. And WordPress.com will sell their plans for you, and they will still manage a lot of stuff, and they will still give you what might not be necessary okay for you. And at the end of the day, you spend money more on the WordPress.com than WordPress.org. All right. So so in a market share, WordPress share at least 65% of the world market share website. Out of every 1 million website, top 1 million website, WordPress share at least 65%. While Joomla share at least 15, Drupal share at least 7, and other platforms like PHP custom website, Wix and other platforms share the remaining 35% to 40%. All right. So so now let's proceed to what a domain is, and we're still on choosing the right domain and the right hosting. All right. So a domain is a web address that people type on the address bar of a web browser. All right. So when you type like your name.com, like maybe let's say Matthew.com, Awogor Matthew.com, that is an example of a domain. And in simple terms, if your website was to be a house, then your domain name will be its address. All right. So if for example, my address is kilometer 70 Lekki Expressway. All right. If that is my address, my home address, and you want to trace me, you come to that address. That is where you find me, right? And if that was to be my website, then www.awogormatthew.com will be my home address. All right. So, and we also have different level of domains, different types of domains. We have the top level domains, which is TLD, .com, .net, .org, .co, .info, .club, and all that. They are top level domain. And we also have country level top level domain, country code top level domains, which is CCTLD. And these are like .ng domains, .com.ng, .net.ng, awogormatthew.ng. The ng stand for Nigeria, and in Ghana you have .gh, .ga stand for Ghana, and then in South Africa we have .za, .co.za. In UK we have .uk, .co.uk. We have .us in the US and all that. All right. So in my advice for you to choose the right domain, you have to stick with the .com domain name, as it is most popular, easy to remember, and easy to promote. All right. So you have to stick, even though if you are choosing a domain and you see that, oh, this domain, the .net has been .com has been taken, I will advise you go for another domain and check it to get the .com, because it's really important, because a lot of people do not think of other ones, especially except for those of us that knows that other domains like .org, .org, .net existed. So, but people, if you tell somebody, my blog is awogormatthew.net, trust me, in the next 3 days, if they want to visit Awogor Matthew blog, they will not remember the .net. They will type awogormatthew.com. From there, they will start having problems. Or I couldn't remember this place and all that. All right. So make sure it is shorter and easy to remember. Make it easy to pronounce and spell. Do not use numbers or hyphens. Use domain name generators to come up with brilliant and clever domain names ideas. All right. So how to create a successful and profitable authority blog from scratch, right? So since you have gotten a domain, now you've gotten a hosting, the next thing is you need to create a profitable, an authoritative blog that people will admire from scratch, all right? So here, I will advise you to discover a niche that is profitable, scalable, and durable. So you cannot just start blogging without investigating all these stuff. You have to think if this domain or this a niche I want to go into is profitable, can I make money from it? And if it is scalable and if it is durable, like how long can you continue to write on that topic and how much content can you produce on that topic? Also be honest and friendly with your followers. When people come to you on social media, you don't have to be harsh on them. Connect with them and they will be your loyal followers. Continue to give them the honest information. Don't post fake news. Avoid posting fake news. Verify your information before you post, and your followers will value you and trust you so much to come to your blog for the right information. All right. Offer value first before attempting to make money from your followers. A lot of people will just start blogging on that same month. They'll start complaining, I'm not making money. I've been spending a lot. I've spent a lot on this blog. I've invested a lot on this blog. I'm not making. What is your value? Is it just to invest the money and you are not providing any? The money you are investing, is it providing value to your audience? All right. So you have to invest. For instance, I'm making this live webinar with you. It took me a lot of money, time, and intellectual skills to come up with this webinar to make this offer. I mean, add this value to your life so that you could earn. You could start your own new journey of blogging. All right. So if tomorrow I make money off your you won't really complain because I've provided value and I'm still going to provide more value. So you have to provide value first to your audience before attempting to make money from them. All right. Engage and connect with top influencers. Reach out to people. Reach out to people who are top influencers in your niche or in your industry. Connect with them on social media. Send them messages or emails. Personalize your followership. Connect with them. Make sure you have a relationship with them. All right. This will help you a lot to build an authoritative and successful, profitable authority blog from scratch. Also, when you are engaging with them, do a lot of mention them on your tweets, on your social media posts. Congratulate them, and when you are writing a blog post, make sure you mention them, link to their blogs, and when you are sharing on social media, tag them as they were mentioned on that post. All right, and they will also engage with that content, leave their comments, post, shared and tweet it, and it will help you to generate more traffic. Also, get the posting calendar. If you want to be posting every month, every week, every day, get a posting calendar, do a keyword research, and come up with topic ideas. Put them on every day that you want to publish that content. Then create the content according to that time, and by that day you must have published it. And make sure, because your followers want to get to know how your posting frequency, if you're posting every day or every minute or every hour and all that. So they want to know so that they also know the time to come. Like for instance, I follow WAP TV on YouTube, and I watch Super Stories. I watch. I was watching Monica. From there, I moved to these other stars and scars, and I know their posting frequency. I will always follow them. Every day any day that they are supposed to publish a content, I will wait until the time they normally publish. I will go there and check, and I'll watch the new episode. All right. So get a posting calendar so you be you know how to schedule your posting. All right, so be consistent in your posting according to your calendar. Align the consistency with your calendar, and also do a lot of research. You can't limit yourself to what you know. You have to do a lot of research to know more, so that information is power, guys. Information is power. Sometimes I've seen my friends spend a lot on stuff, but I because I do a lot of research, I might end up spending less. So information is very important. So do a lot of research and avoid copying content from other blogs to publish on your own. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make you an authority, right? Create your content. And another thing about creating content, I will let you know in the next few couple of slides, and we may get to know that you don't really need to create the content yourself, right? So thank you guys that are just joining. You came late, but you can see benefits from the webinar, right? So how to make marketing copies and general business writing for the web. I underline the word for the web, all right, because a lot of people have this mentality that because I have PhD in the university, I'm just automatically good at writing for the web. Writing for the web is it's totally different from writing for offline, like your news, offline news magazine and all that. It's totally different. You have PhD in any education field, doesn't automatically make you a good writer for the web. You might not be able to write for the web. You might need to learn, right? So, for instance, I have this example. Babatunde Yusuf, please, I want you to switch off your camera, mute your camera, please. Thank you. God bless you. Okay. I was reading through somebody's blog and see this A screenshot. This A screenshot. These are lorem ipsum auto-generated content, although it's not like, but it's kind of example of what I'm talking about here, right? So this person is a very big person. She's a graduate, and she have a lot of MBA certification and all that. She has gone to a lot of programs, but she asked me to open a blog for her. I started a blog for her, and I was monitoring her writing skills. So I got to see this stuff like this. A paragraph can be as long as this. Guys, this is not readable. The readability of this paragraph is too poor. I can't read it. What if I read it and I got attention on something, I just check and come back, I would likely forget what I was reading. So the readability is too poor. The paragraphing is poor. This might be okay if you are writing for offline. I don't know. I'm not an educator, but trust me, this is not good for online. This is not good for blog writing. So this kind of paragraphing is very bad. But check B. From this 2-paragraph content, I was able to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 paragraphs out of it. And if this was to be a normal English to read, I would likely come up with more paragraph out of this, maybe up to 10 paragraphs. All right. So the paragraphing is also very important. All right. So as a blogger, you are a copywriter and a marketer. So your content has to be top notch. Your content has to be as if you are actually selling something, even though you are not selling something. The information you are selling, you want people to stick around and read it. Like I'm rushing this slide, this webinar, and trying to engage you to because I want you to get interested about this webinar and stick around till the end. All right. So as a blogger, you are a content creator, you are a copywriter, you are a marketer, you are marketing to people. So you have to create content that engage people. So copywriting and business writing is very important for you. All right. So, and if you want to become a good copywriter, your brain has to connect with your readers. You have to connect with the readers and be able to figure out what your readers are thinking. That is when keyword research now come in play. All right. So if I'm writing about maybe on how-tos, I want to think. If I want to be writing on how to do a particular thing, maybe how to be a movie superstar, then I would likely think how this person, I wouldn't think as myself as the writer, I would think as me coming to search for that information, all right? So I'm able to connect my brain with the reader's brain. Then I'll think exactly what they are searching for, exactly what they will likely search for, and I will create content based on that. And once the time comes, that reader will now search. how to be a good eater, all right? They would learn on my blog. Exactly. It does content creation. When it comes to SEO, people complaining of SEO, it doesn't go even more than this. I know a lot of stuff still have to be done about SEO, but this is all about SEO. You have to connect your brain with your readers, all right? So things to consider before starting a marketing copy, all right? The subject of the copy, that is the headline, your purpose for the copy, why are you writing that content? Excuse me. Your target audience, your personal skills to writing copies, and your call to action, CTA, and the proofs. These are what makes a marketing copy to stand out, all right? So every copy should be focused on a specific purpose. So this copy, I'm using copy, don't misunderstand me. This is the copy, replace the copy, how to, every blog post should be a focus, should be focused on a specific topic, every blog post. So replace that copy. The copy here, you can be a copywriter on anything, either a blog post, a sales page, a marketing piece, a course, a training, just like that. Because I'm trying to develop my copywriting skills. That is why I was able to come up with this kind of content that I'm doing a presentation with you right now. So every blog post, every copy should be focused on a specific purpose, all right? So here are in the subject of the copy or the headline. No one will understand you if the copy you are writing does not have a comprehensive subject, core topic of discussion or headline. So if you want to create a content, the headline is what will first of all grab the reader's attention. So if you want to make a blog post, that topic, the topic you are using, make sure it's very enticing, very encouraging to click. It will help your click-through rate and also encourage your conversion rate, all right? So for example, this screenshot I posted here, I'll turn any video into a non-stop traffic machine in just 3 clicks. A lot of people are looking for a way to generate traffic to their blogs, to their website, to their sales page, all that. So this topic was very enticing. I was also looking for that information as of when I took this screenshot. I took this screenshot sometime long ago when I was creating one of my digital products to launch. So that was when I took this screenshot. So I was looking for this kind of information and I landed on different stuff and I clicked on this one. And trust me, it made a lot of sense to me. I was able to read through. So another thing is the purpose of your copy. Might be writing a blog post to review a product, might be just making a presentation, just like I'm doing now. I'm making a presentation, might be creating awareness for a particular stuff. You might want to sell a product or services. These are all the purpose. This purpose will help you a lot to focus your head to a particular direction, and you narrow your thinking to a particular direction and create valuable content that your users will like, all right? So your target audience, you cannot write a perfect or converting copy if you didn't understand your target audience. For instance, if I'm blogging about a particular thing that has to do with the ladies, I have to understand that this thing is for the ladies, all right? And understanding it that is for the ladies, you still have to narrow down your audience to age category, all right? So you still have to narrow down your audience to the age. What is their age? What age are you expecting? Is it 10 to 15, 20 to 30, 50 to 100? I don't know that. You have to still have to narrow down your audience to that level. What is their skin color? All those ones you can still consider it before making that copy. So if I want to write on the male stuff, then I know that this thing is related to male, and it will help me to use the right language that the male want to hear, they want to read. I won't use what the ladies are looking for because this topic is not for the ladies, all right? So your target audience is very important to help you come up with great content ideas, all right? So another number 4 here is your personal skills to writing copies. These I won't talk much about. A lot of people are very talented in writing. A lot of people are good in speaking. Some have different skills. So if you have good personal skills in writing copies, then copywriting or coming up with brilliant blog topic and general content won't be a problem. All right. So another thing is your call to actions. When you write the content, if you're writing a blog post, sometimes I want to say, okay, subscribe to my email list. Sometimes I might want to say, okay, download my free ebook, download this free course. Just like when excuse me, just like when you came to this, before you enter this webinar, you were registered through a particular landing page on our creators blog, on our creators website, Profitable Ideas Club. All right. So when you got there, you saw a form where you were able to fill that form after reading the information about the webinar on one part of the the landing page. You're able to read through the blog and sorry guys. So you're able to read through and you fill the form and you sign up and you click on reserve a seat. So those are call to actions. Shop now, register now, search now, upload. All these are call to action. So you have to learn how to use them well to convert your readers into anything you want them to be. All right. Another thing is so this example of how a sales page or a blog post should be like: a powerful headline that will grab my attention, an image, an introduction, a call to action, maybe benefits, an image or a bullet list of stuff that will benefit me, and the call to action maybe again your services, your call to action again, and the closing tag, maybe profit and promise what you promised me, and maybe call to action 2 times, maybe learn more or contact us. All right. So in coming up with a brilliant content, these are the copywriting.